Under the Hive of Madness. We are back with another painting contest video. So if this is your first time seeing one of these videos, we hold a quarterly painting contest with our patrons. You can get access to this by becoming a patron. That is www.patreon.com/underthehiveofmadness. For just $3 a month, not only do you get access to video versions of our podcast, but you also get the eligibility to be enrolled in our painting contests. We go through everybody who has submitted stuff. We're going to introduce the lore that they've brought up. We're going to look at the models here on the side. We're going to introduce the lore that they brought up. We're going to kind of do a little bit of a, is it cake style, British Bake Off, Forged in Fire, Ink Master. Pick one of those shows. That's kind of our style. We'll go through everybody's. We'll talk a little bit about what we like, what we don't like. And then we will go ahead and reveal our community votes. Everybody who's involved in our Discord community gets to vote. Our moderators get a more weighted vote, and we'll talk about that. Fuck it. I'll go over the rules right now.
Yeah, probably not as much crying or fighting with us as some of those shows.
Yeah, when you're done, you have to turn in your toe picks to the Discord.
Yes. That's right. That's right.
You're chopped. Now submit your toe pick. You're done.
Everybody is competing for the Red Squig, which is a trophy that we had commissioned by a 3D artist. So yeah, that's the contest. We pick another theme. We give everybody who's competing 3 months to paint or design and paint a model, depending on what the challenge is. This challenge was monsters or big models. So we wanted to see, this is our October contest. We wanted to see those big monsters. We wanted to see those crazy big over the top things, and we got some great fucking entries in that vein. The way that the voting works, everything goes up on our Patreon. Not on our Patreon. Everything goes up on our Discord server. You can join our Discord server. Links will be down in the doobly-doo here on the YouTube video. Head on over there. We have a page called Contest Entries. All of the entries end up in there, and then there's a chance for everybody in the community who is just in the Discord community to vote. Community members' votes are worth 1 point. They get 3, so they can vote for up to 3. So that gives, they don't get a first, second, and third. They just get to vote for 3 of their choices. That gives a point to all 3 of them. Then our moderators vote. Our moderators' votes are worth, they get 3 votes as well. They get a first place vote, which is worth 6 points, a second place vote, which is worth 3 points, and a third place vote, which is worth a point. We tabulate those in, and then us, your hosts, and there are 6 of us, go ahead and we place our votes, and our votes are weighted as well. So our first place vote gets 9 points, our second place vote gets 6 points, and our third place vote gets 3 points. Really easy to remember. 3, 6, 9, damn she fine is how we break things up here on Under the Hive of Madness. It's how our Patreon is structured. It's how our voting is structured.
Shameless plug. Patreon.
So, yeah, hell yeah. Head on over and check that out. So yeah, let's dive in. In alphabetical order, our first submission was by Ickbard. Ickbard did Meet Terion. So this is a Mortarion model that was done in a very visceral way. So his lore, extra points are awarded for lore. They get 3 to 5 points for lore, and we tabulate that in as we go over. We'll go over the community totals here after we've introduced everybody, and the lore points will be added there. So Ickbard's lore is, I have raised my armies to tear asunder anyone who does not respect the Waigu arts of Sith fighting. My legion is an aged one, whose tender skin can finish any job well done. Marvel at our greatness and salivate in your searing defeat. So say I, Meet Terion, the arch nemesis of Tofugai Khan, Lord of the White Starches. I should have been more prepared for all the puns. It made me cough. His puns made me cough.
Basically choking. Choking down.
All that Wagyu.
Yeah.
All right, so who's next on our list there? Is it JJ?
JJ.
head on over. Yep, JJ Waterboy brought us Alfarius. Actually, do you guys have? Let's go over first impressions. So first impressions of Ikbard's entry, Metarion.
Meaty.
Yes.
Very. He was not joking when he said this was Metarion.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a very visceral look to all this stuff. I like it.
Very gory. I do like it
gore.
as well.
Very
the gore.
With the wings, it does kind of look like that aged meat in a cellar.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
I can't tell. So it looks like I like the blues that he kind of
worked in,
pushed into that wing.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that. I kind of want a little bit more because I can't tell if it's on both wings or not. It is.
Yeah,
it looks like a little less on the back. Okay, so it's a little less on the back. I see.
You know what it makes me think of now that you guys mention it? It makes me think of, like, when ham goes bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, haven't you seen those shows where they have the hanging aged meat and they cut the slices off? Or like the part with the mold is the best?
Yeah, that moldy part's the best. That's the delicacy.
Penicillin.
I love the wings, the inside of the wings, the veins that he did. It looks great. I really love that style.
Very nice model. All right, so next up we have JJ Waterboy with Alfarius. Code name, Alfarius. True name, redacted. System, Segmentum Solar. Planet, Natalius 3. That's what I'm going with. Shortly after Alfarius killed and replaced Ezekiel Astellas, a local hunting party was spotted. Unbeknownst to them, they accidentally observed the murder. Unfortunately for them, it was the last thing they ever saw. So first impressions, I'm going first. I really fucking love this model. I love the changeover, the chameleon skin peeling back. I think it looks awesome. I know that he pushed himself to do this, and I think it came out really well.
I agree. I first thing that comes to mind is the green stuff work.
The armor.
Yeah.
Scaly armor.
Yeah, I mean, I know how hard it is to work with green stuff, or at least personally, I'm not great with it. So seeing how he green stuffed the scales, he green stuffed the cape, it looks amazing. Like, because it is so hard to work with green stuff. So to get it to look that good as if it's part of the model, I love it.
Yeah.
I like the fine line for the electricity.
Oh, yeah. It looks really good.
Going down for the changeover.
I like the snow texture, too. And I've been playing with snow texture a lot recently. So, yeah, I was really impressed. I really like this model. And I believe this is his first time entering our contest. So this is also a first for us. Yeah. We have 9 entries.
This is a huge one.
It was pretty awesome, guys. Thanks for
coming out. This one was
out.
very, very hard to vote for. So
very stiff competition.
Y'all, real pieces of work, I tell you. It's too many. It was freaking hard.
So next up, we have Kaylee Larson with Nurgling King. So Kaylee is a professional painter. We interviewed her on the podcast. She is a member of our community. She's somebody that we pull in to vote a lot on us. So she submitted a model. She did not submit lore, so she's missing out on 3 to 5 points there. However, this model also looks fucking amazing. I believe the throne and skulls were 3D printed, but the Nurgling and the wings, the Nurgling with the wings she added herself, I believe, is the backstory behind this. So, to give you guys a little bit to it. First impressions, gents?
I like how clean it is.
Yes, it's very, very
clean. It's a clean paint job. Really dig it.
Yeah, considering how small Nurglings are, that is an extremely clean paint job. I do love 3D printing being added into models for you can only accentuate models so much through bit smashing and whatnot. So adding 3D prints to it really brings it up to that next level if you have the capabilities. I really love the blood tears from the throne. Love it. That's a very, very nice touch.
It's a good effect.
I didn't realize until right now she has the three Nurgling dots.
Oh,
they're
yeah,
asymmetrical. That's pretty good.
The one thing that for some reason I love green. Green is like my favorite color. I love green. Easy on the eyes. The base, that's the one thing that it's
pops.
Like the cherry. Yeah, it's the cherry on top to the paint job.
Very much
bright.
All right. So next up we have Minion Coffin with the Wendigo. Does that fall in alphabetical? I guess that falls in alphabetical order. The Minion Coffin did send us a little bit of lore. Let me get to it. And then it ate them. Josh jumped up and shouted with such a burst of energy, surprising and scaring his friends gathered around their little campfire. Deep in the crackling of the fire was drowned out for a split moment as the surprised screams and then dismayed laughter emanated from the group. One of Josh's spooky campfire tales, spooky dookies as he called them, had yet again ensnared the group into trusting his quiet and calming cadence before scaring them with a horrifying and shocking twist in his story. The brisk fall air rustled through the camp as the group recollected themselves, carrying sparks from the fire and their laughter into the cold night air. A few punches were thrown at Josh, but he was no stranger to that at all. What was that creature? Paige asked, nestling into her coat as more of the wind hit her. That's my scared friends, Josh began. That, my scared friends, Josh began, was a Wendigo, a lost soul consumed by the hunger for human flesh. The mention of the creature's name sent a freezing shiver down the spines of the campers. You're not supposed to say their names, Matt said through gritted teeth. He too was shivering under his blanket. Oh, boo, Josh retorted. You think saying their name will call them? Yes, the group all shouted back at once. Josh looked at them cockily and started dancing around the campfire. Wendigo, 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 he said before Avery stuck out his foot and tripped him. As he stood up, a soft but shrill whistle pierced the night air. They all stopped and looked over towards the direction of the noise, the fire in between them and the woods casting dancing shadows onto the tree line. The whistle came again, but instead of a single note, it almost resembled a bird's song. Josh, what was that? Avery asked, terror in her voice. Before Josh could speak, 2 white dots appeared in the tree line. They resembled eyes, but instead of reflecting nature as any nocturnal woodland creature, they were cold white, an unblinking, soulless, and hungry white. After a few more seconds, the campers froze in place by fear. A large gust of whistling ravaged the trees, extinguishing the fire and engulfing the camp in utter darkness. The screams of the campers could be heard echoing through the woods that night, followed by a shrill whistle. Dude, I actually got so there is a writing contest in our future campers. And Minion will probably win the first one because holy shit, his stories are good. I love this one. That's it. That's all I have to say. This is an awesome model. He, like me, had a couple of falls and breaks while he was working on it too, which sucks. And this is entirely a 3D print. He bought this from a 3D printer, I believe, on Etsy. So this is just a dope model. It's so fucking cool.
Yeah, it's I don't want to say refreshing because everybody's models are dope, but it's definitely refreshing to see something different. Love the cell shading. Like it's not fully cell shaded, but it's like very close in style.
He's doing really, really good with the highlighting.
I love it. I'm blown away by the progression in his painting over the course of the few contests that we've ran. Love the blood. blood is very purposefully placed.
It's not overdone.
Exactly.
That's what I love about it.
Exactly. Yeah. You got to be very careful. It feels
like the right amount.
You got to be very careful with blood for the blood god, because you can get overzealous very easily, and you can tell he did not do that here. Yeah, and I love it.
Awesome.
Well done.
Good job.
All right. So next up we have Mullins. So Mullins painted Sevatar, who is one of the Night Lord heroes. Aboard the steps of the abandoned castle, a relic of terror stood amongst the carnage, armor of dark blue and rusted silver trim, gauntlets painted sinner red, a mark of postponed death sentence that had evaded him for over 10,000 years. The rotting bones and dried skin of long-forgotten enemies adorned his back and shoulders, and a burst of warp-corrupted lightning lashed across his armor, as if he had just stepped from the maelstrom itself. Though thought dead, the Night Lord's first captain, Sevator, stands once more, in midnight clad, a symbol of terror made manifest. The Prince of Crows will finish what his father had ordered, to rend the flesh of the Imperium and to feed on the fear from the shadows. It's a dope model. Dope paint job.
Love the base.
Love the model. Love the story. Shout out to Mullins for the brand of sacrifice symbol on the Marine. Love it. I would like to see a little bit better lighting. But
he went with a neutral background, but he definitely that's a good point. I didn't notice that. Oh, you said something.
It's a dark photo.
Yeah, it is a dark photo, and it makes it a little hard to tell, but I can still obviously see the paint job, and it looks great. I love it.
Lightning bolts are there. I love the aging of
the cape. Yeah, the bone.
The base, I think, is like,
dude, the base
spectacular.
Blew me away. The base. I can't tell if that Space Marine is part of the model, the dead one on the stairs. It looks like it is.
I think
maybe.
I think it is, because it's a Horus Heresy model, and that looks like Mark IV armor.
Yeah, I think that's part of the. Man, look at all the. I'm wondering if he did coconut fiber.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm lost in the paint job, because there's a lot of detail to look at, like just the oxide on the side of it, the pipe, the grass, the oxide on the metal, like brass part of the steps. Like I love it, dude. He did a good job with this one.
Yeah, it's
the
awesome.
Lightning bolts. It's a lot to look at. It's like a, what do you call it? Like an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Just a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything to take a look at, and I love it. Yeah. Great job, man.
Also one of our former winners. He already holds a red squig.
He's over here getting greedy, man.
He's trying to get
another red squig. Red squig number 2.
All right. So next up is another first time entry from Saker. Saker, one of our I take that back. This is Saker's second entry.
I believe so. Yeah.
One of our new awesome members. So this is the Grim Walker. Never in my centuries have I known as much fear as whenever it passed the Crystal Tower. I'm sorry. Never in my centuries have I known as much fear as when I have passed the Crystal Tower, they call it. Wow, I can't read. Never in my centuries have I known as much fear as I have whenever it passed the Crystal Tower, they call it, out on the battlefield. Me, I call it my doom. For true desperation is shown here as we unleash a force more menacing than our very enemies. If my command has caused for its emergence, then I am unworthy of service. This is Artark Nuren, the all-seeing self-exiled. Many have heard the tale of the Lord of the Hopeless, and many more refuse to believe its existence. A mighty relic of the earliest days of Eoden, where time was uncertain and days were counted as few. This war machine of old rivals any other of its make through potency and performance that would make the twirling of the Harlequin dancers nothing in comparison. The legend of the Grim Walker and its horrid reputation mainly comes from its very origin, wherein the pilot of this craft, but a child in Eldar years, was forced into the night as a means of protecting the infantile Eoden with his brothers, slave to his destiny for millennia to come. This torturous service has reduced the pilots to near lunacy over countless ages of sworn service as guardians, forcing the bone singers of Eoden to disconnect the limbs of the night lest they incur its blinded wrath. Those who have had the displeasure of seeing this last resort loose upon the battlefield would remark of how easy it is to locate the legend through the gleam of many jewels that adorn its frame. In truth, however, these gemstones are the soul stones of fallen Eldari warriors, harvested as both those in need of the Lord's guidance back to the Infinity Circuit, or to quiet, literally fuel the abomination of the Reaper of foes that it uses as power, destroying the souls in torturous, slow ways to satiate itself. Armed with blades of shimmering light and pulsing cannons alike, its presence instills fear both in friend and foe alike, uncertain of their very fate as the Tower of Jewels strides into combat with fluid yet deadly poise. As somebody who also has customized the shit out of Wraithlords, I love it.
100%. Dude,
and I love that lore too.
This is a dope model, dope pose.
I love
the pictures
smashing.
Yep, smashing a Redemptor Dread there. The pictures you took, great, dude. Great,
yeah,
great
well,
position.
very well framed.
Yeah, very well framed, well lit. I love the yellow and blue. Excuse me. Yellow is a really tough color to paint.
Yep.
The swords came out dope. I love the swords. I love the way they look. I love the like swirling blues at the edge of the sword, or the tip of the sword.
Yeah.
I would say if you could recess shade the yellow, it would make it pop so much more. Yeah.
Well,
if you could look up
not
recess shading. It could be
yeah.
Agrax. Yeah, you'd have to be very careful with it.
It'd have to
Recess
be-
shading yellow is tough.
Yeah, very, very
Yes,
tough.
it is.
Yeah, but if you can get some recess shading in there, it'll make it pop like a
Pop
mother,
even
dude.
more.
Yeah, but I love it. Great, man. Great work.
Great work.
Awesome model.
Yellow is rough to work with.
Yeah, 100%. From an Imperial Fist player, that means a lot.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
All right, so next up we have semi-serious nerd with Chaos Knight. When the thunderous artillery shells had finally stopped, some of us thought that the nightmare was finally over and that we had somehow won the battle. How foolish we were. Some of us were so excited that they ran out of the safe house only to be quickly disposed of as large talons crushed them into paste on the streets right before the house that we had sought refuge in was quickly dismantled by screeching abomination that towered over us. Some of us were quickly taken in by its maws, while others were quickly ripped to shreds by its talons. While it was distracted with the last few survivors, I grabbed my wife's hand and made a quick escape through the back door. We ran as fast as we could, putting a decent distance between us before we heard the first mind-splitting cry it made when it realized that we had escaped. After a quick search, it turned its attention toward us. Then, before the abomination moved again, it made another head-splitting cry as the screeching of metal had somehow mixed with the screams of people we had left behind. It quickly closed the distance we put between us, and as we ran, the last thing I remembered was a sharp pain on the left side of my body before losing consciousness. Another person who writes very well and is I can't wait to see.
Also a past winner of the Red Squig.
Yeah, and this is a ridiculous kit bash.
I was going to say, is this an official
model? No.
Because if not, oh my
bashed.
God.
He kit
Oh
bashed
my God.
Armiger and yeah. This is
an amazing war dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like next level, Semi. This is great, dude. I love the purples. The purples look so fucking tasty, dude. That shit is nice. It's fucking cherry, dude. Love it. I love that the foot is overstepping the base. Dude, that's
just adds to it.
Oh my god, it adds to like the ferocity or like the story of it. Like it's just like it's creeping, right? It's lurking. Love it. Amazing paint job, amazing kit bash. You're going for Red Squig number 2, man, and you're coming for it quick.
Yeah, this is. I mean, so many models in this. It just made it so. You guys made it hard.
It was extremely hard, man.
All right, next up is the Bear Mechs with Buratino. So is that what we're going with? So sorry for posting cringe, guys. Once a proud knight of House Byzantine, Carlo and his son Bernatino would go on a noble crusade to bring planets back into the Emperor's light. But tragedy struck when Bernatino was inflicted by an unknown disease that caused his dormant psychic power to manifest. In fear of his son being taken away, he ran from House Byzantine in search of a cure. He ran into a creature called Cricket. Cricket, Rodigus in disguise, told Carlo, if you want the child to survive, entomb the child in the throne mechanicum and conquer the 7 planets wanted by Nurgle, and maybe Nurgle will grant you rebirth. With this new hope found, Carlo joined Typhus in the Death Guard in hopes of finding the 7 planets. With every planet conquered, Bernatino would ask Carlo, am I a real boy now, Papa? Some lore on Bernatino. Every planet Bernatino conquers, the horns on his helm get bigger. Bernatino has 2 war dogs, Monstro and Lampwick. Typhus ordered chains to be put on the knight because the knight would throw a tantrum and thrash around, causing extra damage. So I did not realize that this was Pinocchio and Geppetto. Yep. That's fucking badass. I also
love the lore with it.
Yeah,
dude.
I love the shot fired. I mean, the
first submission
illusion. Yeah,
we need Tom here to comment on this because I don't think he knew the lore behind it, which is unfortunate because fuck, dude, this is Bear's first submission. I want to say.
Yeah,
he's been with us since day one. Like he's
one of our moderators.
He is, and the one thing that I've noticed about Bear, I don't know if he's on Adderall or some shit, but he has the cleanest fucking lines. Dude, look at all the nooks and crannies. Yeah, like it's a Nurgle paint job, right? Yep. So it's supposed to be, dirty, grungy, but everything is put there purposefully.
The rut. I love that.
Everything is there on purpose. The chains are an addition, I believe, and they look fucking dope.
It's not. The rust isn't overdone.
Yes, 100%. He's got the oxide on the brass colors, but look at the brass pipes. Like, look at the silver he did, the silver work. Like, I'm telling you, his line work,
the mechanical tentacles are. I love them.
Like, I'm looking at it and I see like maybe one thing that's out of place. And that's just because I'm looking. Like I'm looking for like, all right, where did he color over the line? And if you're wondering, Bear, it's that second little fang next to the head. You hit gold on the top of the carapace. Look at it. I'm gonna shame you right now. Shame you. That Adderall ain't working as well as you want it to, man. I'm telling you.
There's a Mortarian wing in the background too.
Is there? Oh, dude, but. Yeah, the one thing I've noticed about Bear's paint job is they're all fucking clean as hell, dude. They're super clean.
I actually asked him for his oxide recipe because his
it's done well, dude.
Yeah, and it's on my night as well.
Yeah, no, love it. Amazing paint job, dude. Great lore, amazing paint job. Love the chains, love the addition. I'm assuming those little vultures are additions as well. Love them. They're dope.
Those come with that kit.
They do?
Yeah, they come with that kit.
They look sick though.
But it's super fun because I for whatever reason now I'm thinking of the fucking vultures, the beetle vultures and fucking
I was thinking vultures from Jungle Book.
Not Lion. Yeah, Jungle Book. That's exactly. Jungle Book. Yeah. The beetle. They're supposed to be the Beatles, man. All right.
No, good. Great job.
Yeah. So Lana the Pichu, I think I'm saying that right. Zoe, as we affectionately. Is it Zoe or is it Zoe?
I she hasn't corrected me, so I'm just saying Zoe.
our affectionate, another one of our oldest members, actually.
Yeah. Yep.
So this is Richter Carmine. So Richter Carmine was the previous chapter master of the Lotus Warriors. He was mortally wounded during a Tyranid assault on the planet of Luxarnor. Lux Arnor. If I said that wrong, sorry. I think that's how it's supposed to be said. He was transferred into a personalized dreadnought and led the Lotus Warriors to victory against the Hive fleet's assault. After the war was over, he stepped down from the chapter master position and gave the title to his blood brother, Nizola Carmine, believing he would be the best fit to head the chapter. Nizol was eager to make the chapter to his liking, so he decided to reform the chapter to his ideals and renamed them the Knights of Ouroboros. I really dig a lot of what you did on this model. I love the flames.
The freehand.
Yeah.
There's freehand all over it, and I love it.
I love there's a nid on the base, and that's what they're fighting.
If you look on the arm, that looks like a little Gene Stealer action right there, if I'm not mistaken. I love the on the shoulder pauldron or armor. I love the onslaught on the top of the head. I wish I thought of that because that's a dope idea. But the onslaught up top is dope.
Shoots right where you're looking.
Yeah, right. A little rending claw on the base, the chain on the fist. Nice touch.
Yep.
Great job, Zoe.
Great job.
Yeah, lots of awesome stuff. And Zoe is another person just after my heart. Everything is kit bashed, so
yep.
No hard feelings there.
Gotta appreciate the kit bashes.
So we are going to go over the standing,
I hope,
from the community vote. So tabulating the community vote and points for lore. We will go with first place with 24 points is the Bear Mech. Second place with 23 points is Kaylee Larson. Third place with 19 votes is Ickbard with Metarion. Tied for third place is Semi-Serious Nerd with his Chaos War Dog, Chaos Knight. In fourth place is newcomer JJ Waterboy, 18 points.
Not too new. He's been with us for a minute.
Well, for first contest.
Oh, submission. Gotcha.
Yeah. So first, second, third, fourth, you threw me off. So in fifth place with 16 points is Lana the Pichu, or Zoe. In seventh place with 15 points is Minion Coffin with his Windigo. In eighth place with 12 points, or seventh place with 12 points, is Saker with his Grim Walker. And in eighth place is Mullins with, I want to say Cervantes, but it's not Cervantes, with Sevatar. So we then asked our mods to vote, and Marshall voted for Kaylee. I'm sorry. Yeah. So Marshall's third place vote went to Kaylee. He said Kaylee's fun little monster is very lovely, and he absolutely loves what she did with the paint job. It's Kaylee's little monster. So his second place went to Semi-Serious Nerd. So I love the monster and alien. Oh, I'm sorry. Semi's Knight looks really cool. The pose and kit bash are absolutely awesome, and the base goes a very far way to give it just an off-putting look. I think he also really, he identified that he really liked that foot creeping forward.
Yeah.
His first place, he was 6 points. He awarded to Minion Coffin's Wendigo. Nice and clean model. It is a very clearly a monster. It catches the eye and looks like it is incredibly well paired to the base, which I agree.
Yep,
100%. Full presentation of this model is pretty awesome. So that brings us to new totals. Bear Mech stays in first place with 24 points, which he now shares with Kaylee. So Kaylee and Bear are tied at 24. Second place goes to Semi-Serious Nerd. He comes up to 22 points. Third place goes to Minion Coffin. He comes up to 21 points. Fourth place is Ickbard with 19 points. Fifth place is JJ Waterboy with 18 points. Fifth place is Lana the Pichu with 16 points. Seventh is Saker with 12, and eighth is Mullins with 11. So our next voter was Bear himself. So Bear,
What? It's rigged.
Rigged. So Bear gave his third place vote, which was worth a point, to Lana the Pichu. So Bear said, "Love all the freehand details all over this awesome model." Definitely echoing some of our opinions. His second place he gave to Ickbard. So he says, love all of the melodies of moldy, meaty looks that he put all over those wings. And yeah. As soon as it clicked in my mind that it was old ham, like now it's there. Now it's fucking there, man. It's stuck right up there. I can't get it out.
Run the taste out of your mouth.
Right. So he gave his first place, which is worth 6 points, to JJ Waterboy.
He gave it to Bear. No,
he gave it to JJ, man.
No.
So he loves the change from the Loyalist to Alpha Legion effect, which we definitely, very, very, very awesome. It is nice that he didn't vote for himself. With Bear's votes into consideration, the Bear Mechs and Kaylee Larson maintain first place with 24 points. Ickbard and Semi-Serious, second place is now JJ Waterboy with 24 points. Third place is a tie between Ickbard and Semi-Serious Nerd at 22 points. Minion Coffin stays at fourth with 21 points. Then we've got Lana the Pichu at 17, Saker at 12, and Mullins at 11. Now we get into the fun stuff. So we are going to go over Rugen's votes, and then Chuck, we're going to turn it over to you.
I can't wait for Rugen's comments.
Good. Paint job good.
So Rugen gave his third place vote worth 3 points to the Bear Mechs. Nurgle and Knights, come on now. A man after my own heart. So he gave his second place, Semi-Serious Nerd. Love the monster and the fact that it is just alive. Reminds me of everything I love about Chaos Knights. That's worth 6 points. His top place he gave to Kaylee. Always fucking love Nurgle. Also, that Nurgling model is number one in my heart always. So, after Rugen's votes, that brings Kaylee to first place with 33 points. I almost said with a 33-point lead. With 33 points. That puts Semi-Serious Nerd in second place with 28 points, and the Baromex in third with 27 points. They are followed by JJ Waterboy, maintaining 24. Ickbard staying at 22. Minion at 21. Lana at 17. Saker at 12. And Mullins at 11. So, Chuck, by the way that I designed the leaderboard, you are the next person who voted. So I am going to go to your third place vote and let you give us your reasons for voting for it. So your third place vote went to Semi-Serious Nerd.
Yeah, so Semi-Serious Nerd, man, like I love the model. I really wish this was in the upcoming contest.
Oh, right. This Kit Bash contest.
This one, I really do. Like we were saying earlier, I love the colors. For me, it's just a little bit of highlighting. I think would have set this even more over the top, especially on the face.
I can see that.
That's why this one's like my third place. This thing is just a sick model. And just probably a couple little extra things, and that would be it. Thing, it's a reason why he's in the top 3 right now.
Yeah,
and a past winner.
That's
right. All right, so your second place you awarded to the Baromex. So hit us with those deets.
Yeah, so this one I remember reading the lore for it and being like, that's amazing. I love it. It's tying into like Tom's big campaign that he wants for the whole Discord to be part of. I think is awesome. It's Pinocchio. Instead of strings, he's got chains.
Yeah, there are. I didn't even get. Okay.
Yeah, that's why when I wrote you my quote of what I was saying about him, no strings on me, man.
Yeah,
there's no strings. He's got chains. He's that much of a badass, that model. Again, my thing too is I've painted a lot of Nurgle. I know how much of a pain it can be getting rust to be right. I love the rust. This thing is really sick. It's like the right amount of rust.
Cool. All right, and you gave your first place vote to Kaylee.
Yeah, I really dig the model. I like the saturation of color.
Yeah.
All the right places. And it's just like we were talking about earlier. It's just that the paint job is super clean.
Yeah.
And
it's very, very.
Yeah, when I look at stuff sometimes, the thing that I really love about paint jobs, and I personally try and do this, like, I've been painting a long time. I still struggle with it, is just getting the clean look, the more natural, like, lighting going on the stuff. That's why I got Kaylee as my number 1 pick.
All right, yeah. So just to sum it up quickly, in case we lost anything, Tom voted for Minion for third. That's 3 points. Semi-Serious for second at 6 points, and the Baromex at first for 9 points. Hopefully we didn't lose anything, but just to sum that up. So that brings the leaderboard to the Baromex taking first at 42 points. I'm sorry. That brings the leaderboard to putting Bear and Kaylee tied for first place at 42 points. Semi in second place with 37 points. And Minion and JJ Waterboy tied for third at 24 points. Ickbard maintains. Yeah, Ickbard maintains his 22. Lana, her 17. Saker, his 12. And Mullins, his 11. Marky, you up.
Shit, son.
Shit, son. So, Marky, your third place vote was for Mullins. Hit us with those deets.
All right, so Mullins, Sevatar, the brand of sacrifice. That pushed it over the edge for me. Just throwing that in there
a little bit.
It did. the reason I say I wanted more
That's
light.
That's from
Berserk.
Okay.
Yeah. It's I like it. I mean, I thought it was a dope little tie into this.
Oh, that's cool.
The base like really pushed it over the edge. Like you can usually when people are painting models, like they deny the base a little bit of detail. But you like accentuated the base, so like it's almost like it tells a story, right? So you have the base setting the scene, and then you move up towards the models, and it was very well put together as far as the paint job goes. I love it, and this overall like competition was extremely hard to vote for. I think I sat there for like an hour and a half looking at all these over and over and over, and I'm just like, I don't know. The only critique I have is when you're taking your pictures, just give a little bit better lighting, and that's just so it makes your model pop a little more. It was a little hard to see for me, but other than that, like everything looks amazing, dude. Great job.
If I were to give you any critique, just to piggyback off that, I definitely would have. I like that you didn't put extra detail into the face of the dead Marine, but I would have put more blood or something on it, just because it's pretty obvious that that you didn't paint the eye, and painting eyes is a fucking bullshit activity anyway. But
throw some Agrax in his eye and call it good.
Yeah, just something to pop. And just a tiny thing. Obviously, not a huge deal. I mean, not the focus of the model. So
yeah.
All right. So your second place you gave to Kaylee. So hit us with those deets.
All right. Again, this was already extremely hard to vote for. I had to give Kaylee second just because, again, the story that it tells, like the paint job itself, of course. I personally don't vote for like, this is the best paint job out of everybody. Like that's not how I vote. I vote for like the story you tell, what you did to the model. Is it a kit bash? Is it a conversion? What, as far as story, as you're telling, like, how did you base it? What did you do to the base? What did you do with the model? Like, it's not just like your paint job is the best. Like, that's, again, not how I vote. All of our hosts vote differently.
Yeah.
And that's personally how I vote is progression, storytelling. And I thought you did an amazing paint job. I love the story it was telling. Next time I would like to hear some lore for it, just to give me that extra immersion into the model. I like to be immersed into things, and when you deny me my lore, it hurts me, because I'm like, what is the story behind this model? Like, it's telling a story, I can tell that, but what is the story behind it? Like, is this a badass little nurgling? Like, is he a demon prince? Is he sitting on someone else's throne because he doesn't give a shit about authority? Like, what is the story that this little nurgling's telling right now? So that is my critique. Obviously, not very many critiques as far as the paint job goes. It's a very clean paint job. I love the way it looks. I love the green on the base. That's honestly my favorite part. Not that obviously the rest of the model doesn't look great, but that green was the cherry on top for me.
Yeah. Lots of stuff on this work, and very good concert. All right, so you gave your first place to Minion Coffin.
My boy, Minion. Dude, I don't know what it is about this model and the paint job that you did. I mean, actually, I do. Your progression as a painter has been amazing through all the competitions that we've had, and this one blew me away. When you submitted it, I was like, dude, who submitted this again? Minion? My God, dude. Amazing paint job, man. I love the placement of the blood. I love the new style of like how you did the skin. Honestly, I don't know what to... I didn't know what to add to the, like, critique the model. Like, everything just seemed like it was perfectly placed, very good colors. Just like Marshall said before, like the base paired with the model so well. So in tying that, like, it was just an amazing model. I was blown away, and that's what got it first place progression and how you put it all together. It was great, man.
Yeah, I totally agree. All right, so that brings our leaderboard to Kaylee maintaining first place at 48 points. Bear maintains second place at 42 points. Semi maintains third place at 37 points. Minion jumps up into a actual, no longer tied for, but an actual fourth place at 33 points. And those are the top. You guys at this point,
It's a tight race.
have leapt to the top. Everybody else has maintained their positions, maintained their scores. We're going to move on to Kevin. Love you guys. We love all of the paint jobs, but we definitely kind of have our top 4 or 5 now. So we're going to kind of focus down a little bit, just so I'm not reading out the same score over and over again. You guys should see the score up on screen. I'm usually pretty good with editing stuff like that. If I forgot this time, I'm sorry. So Kevin's third place vote was for Minion Coffin. Kevin did not provide any notes, and Kevin did not talk to any of us about how he voted.
Goddamn dirt bag.
Goddamn Kevin. It's probably because Kevin was anticipating being able to record with us tonight and was unable to, but he did send his votes along. So this was Minion. You were Kevin's third place pick for 3 points. So Kevin's second place, pick for 6 points was the Bear Max. So let's look at this sexy model one more time. Man, it's so good. It's so good.
The rust.
It's so good. Even the mottled green. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. All right. Kevin's first place went to Semi-Serious, which I can respect. I can see why he did that. And again, let's just take a second to marvel. I love all the shards sticking out, the crystals or rocks sticking out.
I like how he made them pop too. Like he did that kind of darker base. Magenta, darker base color.
Darker base for the brighter colors.
Exactly. Makes it pop more. Love it, dude.
Is the face a 3D print, or did he sculpt some of that? I'm gonna ask him.
I think that's one of the heads from War Dogs.
Oh, okay. It looks fucking fantastic. All right. So that with Kev's votes, we definitely have a bit of a change up. Bear squeaks into sharing first place with Kaylee. They're both tied at 48 points. We've got Semi-Serious coming in to second place with 46 points. And Minion coming up to third place at 36 points.
Love it.
So on to my votes. We're staying right here. Semi, you got my third place vote for 3 points. I really can't add a lot to what these guys have already said, what we've already said about your model. Absolutely love the colors. I love the purple and gold playing off each other. I get very, very satisfying Emperor's Children or Emperor's Children inspired vibes. I am going to side a little bit with Chuck, though, on this. Just a little bit more. You did so much to pop it in certain ways, and there's just a little bit of pop that seems to be missing, and I can't really put my finger on what it is.
I think it might be the head. If you differentiated the head from the
carapace,
maybe
a little bit more.
It pulls more of a focal point to the head, and then you could appreciate the rest of the model where it's all just magenta or all purple. If you made the head pop, it doesn't even have to pop in like a crazy color, but if you just gave it a more of a focal point, you could focus on that and then appreciate everything around it. I think that's kind of what the coin is doing in the center right now.
Yeah,
that coin is the focal point.
Gold.
And you kind of appreciate everything around it, and you lose focus on the head. That I didn't obviously critique on that. But that's just personally
that's a great way to explain it.
Yeah, that's just personally like how I was looking at it. But honestly, it's amazing.
It's an amazing fucking model.
It's fucking.
It's just again, we not that any of us. Well, yeah, not that any of us are Golden Demon winners. Not that any of us are massive pro painters. We're the guys that run the show. But yeah, this is honestly the type of work that I see. That's the wrong way to put it. Your work is on par, if not better, with the stuff that is in publications like Mag 28. Like it's fucking amazing. Like the grim dark, everything about this paint job just screams at me. It needs to be in a magazine. It needs to be out. So I'm glad we're putting you out there.
Yep.
All right, so for my second place, I had to go with this little fucking fat nurgling in the throne.
This little fat bastard right here.
I whether or not you were playing to the audience of voters or not, I get Goblin King, little tiny nurgling
sometimes,
king.
hey,
green guy.
Kaylee knows how to play the game, so maybe that's exactly what she was doing. She's like, I know I know these degenerates like fucking nurglings, so I'm gonna put a nurgling for my.
she's like, this bastard Ryan. I'll get him. I got him.
He's a little lord right there. All his grace.
Yep. Respect my authority.
Yep.
I absolutely love this model. I love the drooling blood out of the skull, pulling underneath the nurgling, pouring out from underneath the nurgling. There's not really anything I can pick apart in your paint job. There's a couple of things that, like, just from a weird neuroses standpoint, I would have done different, not even done differently. I don't really have anything. I mean, there's a printing imperfection on your base, like literally, but that's not a thing. That's not even a thing.
I didn't want to say anything. So I was just I'm going to leave the 3D print. That's a whole other. That's a whole other thing. It's another scenario.
It's not what I'm here for.
Yeah, it's these little and like it's just a me thing. Like I spend fucking 35 minutes sanding the edge rims of my 3D printed bases because they bug me. And like I realize most people don't. I realize it's really just that it's me being neurotic. I love this model. I absolutely love this model. I love the bone sword, or not the bone sword. I love the stone sword with all the bones in it. It's fucking badass. And my first place goes to the Wendigo.
Oh, God.
Minion, this model is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I look at this and I see painting on the level of like Ninjon's higher level tutorials and Miniac's higher level tutorials with the shading of the skin. You've got all three tones going down to the darkest. It picks out the muscles really, really well. There's a couple of value things that like I don't see here, but I'm also not good at painting them yet. Like from an art perspective, I know where the value is supposed to be, but I'm not good at painting it, and it's a really weird disconnect. But I mean, you're still fucking light years ahead of where I feel I am when I paint skin. The mouth, like the way that you painted it, the way that you put the blood in, the way that the values are in, it makes me think of the fucking undead demon bear thing from the movie Annihilation. The blood is in the right places for the right reasons. The base is just perfectly fucking themed. This like swampy gooey stuff you did, this like muddy swampy gooey stuff is just, it's perfect. It looks like he just
walked out into a clearing.
So bloody from whatever he just killed. He's fucking splattering it everywhere. Breathing hard. I mean, the eyes are this model's fucking amazing.
I didn't even realize like how well the eyes are. Like they
pop.
Yeah.
And they match with your lore, this whole idea of Solus. But like right here, there are 3 different browns before you get to this really dark brown here. And I imagine what he did. I imagine what he did was he started with this dark brown, and then he built his values up, which is it's fucking amazing. It
difficult task to do as well.
It's awesome. It's super awesome.
Yeah, I think I did it with my Violator, and it was a pain in the ass. And I did it with greens, which is a little bit easier than browns. Browns are a little less forgiving, I feel.
Yeah. Brown is a difficult color to paint. I know we say that about a lot of colors.
Well, skin tones, browns.
Yeah.
Green, you can fuck with it, Browns, you have to kind of get the right hue. You have to get the right, shading in.
And an interesting thing about skin tones from a canvas art perspective, from like a marker, painting on canvas or painting on, painting with marker or whatever, is there's always more red in skin than you think. And he did that. There's red in this skin. A lot of people just go, oh, it's peach, but there's not enough red in peach, just pale. There's no, but he's got that tone in there. He's got that warm tone in there. Anyway, so that brings us to our final scores, and we can announce a winner. So in third place, coming on up. Oh no! Let's do. What do you guys want to do? Let's do the top 5 places. Does that sound good? Or top 4?
We can do top 3 with honorable mentions.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's technically an honorable mention. I think we probably just stick with top 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. So even though I gave Minion 9 points, I'm gonna do top 4. So I gave Minion 9 points, which brought him up to 4th place with 45 points. And I want to point, 4th place has 45 points. That's where we're at. So 3rd place is the Bear Mechs at 48 points. So fucking awesome, man. Let me get to your model. I just a fantastic fucking model, dude.
Yep.
Submit another one. There's another one of those bases that there's extra work, there's extra detail, there's this like gooey stuff on the base. I love it. All right, so in 2nd place with 49 points is Semi-Serious. Again, fucking amazing base. All of this grit and grime and stuff on the base, just awesome. I really love the foot. As soon as you pointed out the fact that it made it more aggressive, Marky, now it's stuck in my head why I identify that I like this model immediately. In 1st place with 54 points, and the winner of our 5th painting contest is Kaylee Larson. Kaylee will have to paint her own trophy.
You're painting your own Red Squig trophy. Then you can send it to us so that way we know how to paint it.
Yeah. I'm kidding, Kaylee. I am painting your trophy right now. It will be ready soon. Actually, that's a lie. I painted your trophy a couple of weeks ago. I will work out how. Thankfully, Kaylee and I live in the same state. We live about 3.5 hours away from each other, but we will have an excuse to meet up soon because I will bring you your trophy. Congratulations, Kaylee, on winning our 5th Red Squig contest.
Congrats.
Honorable mentions, you guys. Is there anything on any model that you guys wanted to point out before we wrap it on up here?
I just wanted to point out that everybody did a badass job. Not trying to sound, corny, but everybody did a badass job. This was an extremely hard one to vote for.
This is a hard vote.
You guys are all bastards for making me have to think that hard. Yeah, I don't like thinking, and you're making me think.
It's almost like reading.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
he doesn't like reading either.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of things I don't like in this world, and thinking is one of them. So I hate you all for making me do that. Make it easier next time. All right, please.
we absolutely love that there were 9 competitors this time. It definitely, we're trying to keep these videos at like 45 minutes. This one's probably a little bit closer to an hour, a little bit over.
And but, I love the variety of all the different models.
Yeah.
Minion, you even though you got 4th, you won in my heart, dude. That was like That's the one that for me, I just loved it. I just loved the model. I loved everyone's models, but for some reason that model just it sang to me.
You got 2 first place votes from judges, which is pretty big. Both Marky and I. At Mullins,
I love that base.
Absolutely love this model. It's so hard not to give everybody. It's so hard not to be like, all right, guys, I have 9 votes.
Yeah, right.
That model, looking at that base, actually makes me feel like it's some cold, windy place.
Mm-hmm.
That unfortunate Marine just lost out.
Yep.
Like one of those horror movies that uses the filter.
Yep.
It's like wrong place, wrong time.
Like a Van Helsing filter.
I absolutely love this model, Saker. I want to see the rest of your force.
Dude,
Yellow,
I
yellow
appreciate,
is rough. I love it.
I appreciate the adding of all the arms. So you have all the weapon
arms.
choices. That way you don't have to worry about swapping the arms later. So I dig that. I do the exact same thing. I'm like, why subject myself to less stuff when I can give him more stuff and he just looks more badass?
Why pick 2?
Yeah, just add all the weapons.
Just have them all.
Semi, you're second place for a reason.
Killing
holy
it.
Shit, man.
You're killing it, man.
It's a badass model.
You are. I know that you were planning on submitting entries to Adepticon. You're gonna fucking clean house, dude. Bear?
Should have voted for yourself, Bear. You would have got first place, man. What's the matter with you?
Compete more. Yeah. Well, yeah, he would have been. You're right. He would have tied with Kaylee. If he voted for
am
himself. Yeah.
See, Bear. See what happens.
See?
Did he vote for Kaylee? He did vote for Kaylee, didn't he?
He did not vote for Kaylee.
Oh, he didn't. Oh, damn.
If he had voted for himself, he would have tied it up.
Yeah, see what's the matter with you, man? This is a perfect opportunity.
But yeah, this is. I want to see. Bring us more paint jobs, man. Come on.
Yeah, that is a beautiful model. I dig it.
Lana,
Zoe, keep it up.
Every time I know this is your only your second or third model that you've submitted. Every time they've been better. Your painting is coming along in leaps and bounds.
Yep, trying new things. Trying new things.
That's
Bit smashing. I love your bit smashes, so just keep it up.
Absolutely love the kit bashes. All right. Well, on that note, we'll give you guys a little bit of a teaser on our submissions, which are currently up for voting. They should be up for voting for a couple of more days. We are admins, right?
Vote for me, you filthy animals. I tried really hard on that.
So here is Marky's submission.
What, Chuck? You have something to say about my paint job?
You told me what went on with that, so that's why I'm laughing.
I actually like that you did this kind of. Now
I love that.
It's neat.
I love it's like this creepy thing in the middle of the night.
I was trying something new.
Yeah, I like
to explain myself.
Don't.
No, I need to, because obviously it's not the cleanest model in the world, but I wanted to try something
different,
something new.
It's like glow in the dark paint.
Yeah, it's glow in the dark paint.
No, it's fluorescent paint.
Fluorescent.
Oh, it's so cool, man.
It's like a murder
scene.
Or
not fluorescent. What do you call it? I guess it is like fluorescent paint. But I mixed normal acrylic paint with it, so that's why when the sword has like the green glow. But when you turn on the light, it's the opposite. The green glow turns into like a black flame.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah, just trying something new. I thought it was just a fun little project.
Yeah.
No, it's neat, man.
Yeah.
I love the model. I picked one up because it just looks cool. I just want.
It is a cool model.
All right, so I don't have ours super organized. So Chuck, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, that Bellacore, baby.
Holy shit,
dude. Painted him to match my Slanesh army.
That is the commissioner for our Blood Bowl League right now. He's overseeing the games.
I did everything I could to tie in a little bit of all the Chaos Gods on there.
It is such a fucking amazing model.
Dude.
You painted this really well.
I want to do something other than Gray.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I hear you. It gives me ideas too, because I've got Bellacore sitting in a box, and
it makes me feel bad, Chuck. Why you got to try so hard?
Wow. Like that.
Why you got to do that to me? Yeah. Why you got to do that to me?
Damn, bro.
I'm over here with my little ass fucking Lich King, and you're like, Bellacore. Like, all right, thanks, Chuck.
Hey,
I'll just go fucking eat shit.
I was told something scary. That was the scariest thing I had unbuilt.
Yeah.
He did something
You could have done a Nurgling or something.
I don't have any.
Right?
I don't either.
Just one Nurgling. So this is my entry, the Shriven Champion.
What the fuck, Ryan? Why you gotta make me look bad?
Why you
gotta make me look bad?
So I do such amazing base.
I pulled off Bear's Rust technique for all of my copper. I went a little overboard on the symbols.
No,
as soon as I saw
think
his,
so.
I was like, "Ah, shit, I went overboard." You don't think so?
I don't think so. I like it.
No.
It's Gene Stealer cult, man. You can't like. I don't think they're slapping that thing on fucking refrigerators and shit.
Yep. You want everybody to know.
My paint job theme was poison dart frogs. So
yeah, I love the pose, with the arms plus the Justice, Lady Justice.
Yes. Oh my God, that was such a pain in the ass to kit
dude.
bash.
Amazing. Why you gotta make
3D.
me look bad? Why you gotta make me look bad?
Why you gotta be so lazy?
All right, yo. First of all, all right. I got shits I gotta take. There's.
I got shits.
All right, takes a lot of time out of my day.
So yeah,
guys, I got a sensitive stomach.
go run and vote. You should have a couple more days. If you aren't part of our Discord yet, just jump on, go vote.
Jump on and vote.
Pick one of us. And then I will be back. These guys won't, but I will be back with some guest judges. And the guest judges will be pulled from our community, and they will give us the what for.
I'm not going to make the same mistake Bear did. I vote for myself. Just so you don't have to ask me later, Ryan. I vote for myself. It's okay. It's okay. I got you,
guys.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for joining us for our third painting contest, or not. I'm sorry, our fifth painting contest. Sorry, this was a little bit longer of an episode. We had a lot of entries,
a lot of contestants.
So yeah. All right, guys.
Good job.
Have a great.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. Come check out Under the Hive of Madness, our podcast.
Please
check out all of our content here on YouTube, including our terrain tutorials and some other content that we have cooked up for you guys.
Please
follow us on the socials. All the ways to contact us and follow us are down there in that doobly-doo, as everybody calls it. Smash that like and subscribe button.
Don't say that shit.
Should I do the thing where I put up what percentage of people who watch our videos aren't subscribed? Yeah. Are we big enough yet?
99% of you motherfuckers watching this shit don't subscribe. Subscribe to us.
Subscribe.
Let us know we're doing what we need to do.
So we can tell you about Casper ceiling tiles and
Yep.
This episode brought to you by Kane's Amasec. All right, guys. Have a great rest of whatever is day, night, whatever it is. I keep wanting to say have a good rest of your night, but whenever you're watching us, have a good rest of the day. We'll be back.